you and I sitting here and we're over 40, over
50,
okay.
welcome 60. Hey.
But we're both still working.
Thank you.
How rare is that? Speak on
Very.
it, girl.
What people don't know is it is easy to disappear in the industry. You know, after 40, you just don't see people anymore.
I didn't think I'd be working today. I thought I'd be in San Diego retired in my condo somewhere near the beach, you know, with young boys, you know.
Really?
Well, not too young, maybe 50.
Okay.
50, 51.
In my mind, I always said to myself, I was going to be Betty White Black.
Why?
That I was, because Jackee, I love what I do.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Jackee.
For those who don't know, I'm Jackee Harry.
And I'm Sheryl.
That's right.
And I have been waiting for this moment.
Well, let's get the elephant out of the room right away.
Okay, come on.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And let me tell you this, and
Yes.
you may quote me or whatever you like. Water seeks its own level. Remember that. I don't know who told me that. I don't know if it was Dr. Maya Angelou or Oprah. Meaning, when you look across the room, you like to see somebody who's right there with you or better. And I'm so happy for you. And I didn't even know I'd be this happy.
Oh,
How can you know? How can you know?
Thank you.
Yeah, because being the first is hard.
yeah,
Being the second is harder.
yeah.
But it's fabulous. And
It's so amazing.
who knew? Yes.
But when it happened, I immediately kept thinking from Jackee to me in a span of 35 years. And the fact that no one like us, remotely like us, nominated, it was just crazy.
But you have an advantage.
What's that?
Social media.
Oh.
And you're able to spread that knowledge because people didn't think about it. I never thought about it. Because I don't go around saying, I'm the first, I'm the first, I'm the first.
But you were the first and only.
Yeah. But I don't, I
for a
never
long
thought
time.
about it.
Yeah.
I never thought about it. So you're my social consciousness.
Well, thank you.
Uh-huh.
So I get to raise us both up.
There you go. And, we came up along the same lines, but we didn't come up doing the same stuff.
Right.
And I met you, I don't know if you remember, I met you through Ed Love, who was a mutual friend of ours who has passed.
Oh, my God, yes.
And he brought me to your show. You were at maybe Mama's, Don't Tell Mamas or something.
Don't Tell Mamas,
And you were fabulous. We had a fabulous time. He said, this girl's going to be a star. And I was like, how you know? And you were on your path from there.
Thank you.
And after that, you went to Hollywood before a lot of us. You got there early.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I got there early because it was all by accident. I was doing this whole singing thing for the the USO, United Services Organization, and I took one tour of duty around one side of the universe, one side of the world, and then I went around the other side of the world, and all at the grace and request of, Uncle Sam.
Right.
And it was amazing. But when I came around the Pacific side, I got off the plane and I said, there's something for me here. And I was young. I only had the money that I had just earned. I didn't know where I was going to stay. I didn't know what I was going to do that evening. And I called my dad and he had just hung up the phone.
Who I also met. A lot of people don't know that. And let me just say, it had nothing to do with nothing low. It had everything to do when you were, oh God, we don't have as much time to talk, but when you were doing the workshop for Dream Girls, and a lot of people don't know this, I started out with the workshop for Dream Girls when it was called One Night Only.
And then project now started project number 9, One Night Only Dream Girls. Yes,
but I got the soap and I went another different whole path.
Whole nother path.
Loretta, you. But I started out with Nell Carter, the late, great Nell Carter. She was Effie. She used to sing her songs upside down, child.
It's so interesting, though. A lot of people don't know, because you used to sing all the time.
Yes.
I used to always try to get you to do divas, and you said, no, girl, I don't do that anymore. Why not? You have such a great voice.
I didn't have the discipline what it takes to take care of your voice for 8 shows a week.
Gotcha.
And I did a lot of it, but you did that whole experience. Because I used to, Loretta Devine and I like this. A lot of people don't know it, but she was able to do that discipline, that it takes to do, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 matinees on Saturday. I mean, y'all, and get vocal rest. And
That's right.
you got 1 night a week to really relax, just one. And then
That's
you got to
it.
start all over again. You got 1 day to. So I said, oh no, I don't feel like doing all that. But I happen to be funny.
There you go. Very
But
funny.
I remember you from Dreamgirls, like everybody does, the original Dina Jones. Let's just get that elephant out the way, too.
Well, thank
And
you.
fabulous. But I must say, when it happened, I felt that you guys didn't get your due from the play to the movie. I know that's quite a broad statement to say, but you never got your flowers. And that's another thing I must say. We're giving your flowers while you're getting them.
And I
People
so
can say whatever they
appreciate
want, but girl, take your stage while you have it.
And I truly, truly appreciate it. But you know something, Jackee, you and I have been around long enough to realize that everything comes around the way it is supposed to come around. Yes, they ignored us when they made the movie. Whatever that choice was, it hurt my feelings because we literally created Dreamgirls. Nobody else created that. Tom Iron handpicked us, put us all together. We improvised and put those moments together that became that groundbreaking musical. And when they chose to go to Hollywood, make the movie, to act like we weren't a part, there were so many things they could have done that they could have added us.
Tied it in.
Yeah, exactly. But the choice was made not to. And God and Goddess know why. I'm just like, it's okay.
That's right.
Because we're moving forward.
Yes.
Who knows? Maybe somebody will leave us in their will and make it right. You know, you just never know.
But you're in this business and show business. You can't live in the past.
You cannot
But don't get
past.
amnesia.
That's
what I say.
right there. Make it be lipstick and lashes under the bridge, baby.
Forever. So you were nominated for a Tony Award for
Yes.
Dreamgirls, which I loved it. I don't know how many times I've seen Dreamgirls. I know all of it because I
Thank
just
you.
love the way it comes about. And you signed with a record label, which I did not know.
Oh, my goodness.
And released a solo album. I didn't know that.
Really?
No.
You know, and it's so crazy. This man named Sid Bernstein, who brought the Beatles to America, came to see Dreamgirls and said, you need to do an album. And that's how that all came together. Trevor Lawrence was the producer. He was a great drummer. There's another Trevor Lawrence now who is his son. And anyway, every summer, the song In the Evening is a gay anthem, and you will hear it at prides all around the world. And I'm like, thank you. In the evening, the real me comes alive.
Oh, my.
I can feel it. You know, real dance, disco music, all of that.
Well, that must have been a great experience for you, but
it
it must have been
was.
frightening. Must have been frightening
Well-
to do a whole album.
You know, you do an album, believe it or not, I was sitting in somebody's bay window because when they put the microphone there, the sound was great. And that's where we recorded it, in a window looking out on Hollywood Boulevard. So you never know. You have got to tell me the story about 227 and you and me.
Well, it was, oh God, it's such a long story, but I thought when they flew me out from New York City to LA,
Yes.
I thought it was like 50 women. I got on the plane and I saw a couple of people. I said, ooh, I'm gonna get this. And we flew out, there were over 300 women when I got there,
There.
but you were already in LA. You had a contract, remember? See, I remember Foxfire. See, I
That's
remember
right.
you were already positioned, but I don't wanna go negative because it doesn't work. But I was not slated to do that part. Marla Gibbs wanted the people from the original play to do those parts.
I didn't know it was an original play.
Me either. But
Oh,
Brandon
wow.
Tartikoff, the late great Brandon Tartikoff,
Oh my
he
God, I
cast
love
me.
Brandon Tartikoff.
Wasn't he? He was there, remember? But what happened was we got in there and it was a room, but you were already the queen, and a lot of people didn't know. But I saw Foxfire. I remember. It didn't last long, but you were making money already, and so you had the confidence of Hollywood, which I didn't care about at that time because I didn't know
Yeah.
to have it. So, but coming out, you said you will get the next one, and I remember going, "What's she mean? I'm gonna get the next one. I'm gonna get this one." Now, that's really, I didn't say it to you, but my whole thing was like, "Oh." I went straight there, but that's New Yorkese. But you were already maid. You were a
Do
maid.
you know,
lady.
Jackee? I don't remember any of this.
But I was, underling at that point. But
I don't even remember auditioning. I don't even remember.
you didn't.
Oh, thank you. Okay, there you go.
You were there because Brandon you were under contract. You don't remember?
Wow.
I got all the dirt. I got all the tea that day. But we both played popular moms. After that, you had it, and you went on to play with Brandy in Moesha, which I love. I love her. And,
That was a great time for me. I remember walking into the room and seeing this young 14-year-old black girl with her braids and just doing her thing, and her song Sitting Up in My Room was very popular then. And I remember I was thinking all the way back when I was her age, dreaming about coming into the industry and being a teenager and wearing my braids and having producers say things like, it's a very unnatural hairstyle. Can't you just find something more natural?
How did that make you feel?
Oh my gosh. I so tiny. And I remember having to ask him, natural for whom? It's like, this is me. And for people to look
Slights.
at you and
They call them slights.
yes. Or we would say those
Benign
microaggressions.
racism. They call it benign racism, what I call it.
They just didn't know.
Yes.
But what was so interesting also is that even later on, when the pilot came up, I think it was Sanford Arms, the producer told me I just wasn't black enough. And I was like, wow.
And what does that mean?
Exactly. What does that? I wasn't black enough.
You knew what he was trying to say.
Right.
But you better tell me. Spell it out for
Tell
me.
me.
Because I've had parts, and I was telling somebody on the way here, I didn't know that you thought that way. How could I know? Because I go in auditions with a different viewpoint than you do.
That's right.
Those years ago, 35 years ago, than you did. I was told I wasn't black enough in terms of my skin color.
Wow.
But I wasn't told that. But I know they wanted maybe, I always say what they say, light skinned it ain't in this year. And then it comes in, but my family's all different shades and hues as yours is, and I don't think that way. But when they tell you it makes you so angry, and then it makes you so sad. At the same times. And
years later, that producer, I saw him. He's passed since, and he apologized.
Good.
He said, "I am very sorry."
And what did you say to him?
I said, "It's all right."
You did?
I did.
Better than me. I'd have been like, "Who is you?"
No, I knew exactly
I know
who it was. I let him apologize, and I was happy that he knew better now. He knew better.
You got a lot of roles, because you, with My Baby and Instant Mom, Tia, right? And you've done a lot of work that people don't even recognize. So I know what your journey is now. I didn't. So you're going through this metamorphosis and evolution, and you're still working. And I see now what your trajectory is, because nobody thinks that way. You always had your career planned out, didn't you?
Yeah. I always knew that there would be younger people behind me. And I always knew in my mind that I would have children. And I wanted to have the kind of career that my children, my family, my community, the people that loved me could look at and say, that's our Sheryl Lee Ralph. That's Sheryl Lee Ralph. I wanted to be, for me, I embraced role model, because there were never enough for you and I. There were never enough on TV.
You didn't have any role models? Yes, you did.
Well, wait a minute. Judy Pace?
Right.
Oh, my God. There was Beverly Todd.
Yes.
There were, they were there, but you wouldn't see them with the regularity of, say, a Donna Reed or any of those women, Lucy. They had every night after a while, you would see them, But for me, it was like, you could not tell me that Tinkerbell was not chocolate, because I knew in my mind I was going to be coming to this place to make magic. And I was going to sprinkle on my bling, which is my favorite color.
Right. And that's, really?
Yeah.
Bling is your favorite?
Bling is my favorite color.
You had that confidence instilled in you from an early age because of your mother, who my sister met in Kingston, Jamaica. I'll never forget. She had great taste. Your mother had great taste. And Elan, she was very elegant.
She was.
That's where you get your style from, I have to say.
Thank you.
Yes. I saw you on your hit show, Abbott Elementary.
Abbott Elementary. Thank you.
And I said, oh my God. And I'll be honest with you, I went, oh my God, she looks so old. And I didn't mean your looks, I meant your acting.
Quinta said to me, Quinta absolutely said, I know you are a great actress, Miss Ralph, and I don't want to see Sheryl Lee Ralph. I want to see the woman that would be Barbara Howard.
Wow.
And she was very adamant about that, you know, to wear the wig that was, you know.
I saw it, girl.
Yeah.
I saw the posture.
Yes.
I saw the way you deported yourself. You know, I saw it all. I went, oh my God. I was like, I don't know, Sheryl, you're a better woman than me, but that's the first 10 minutes. And I saw the pilot, you know, and you look radically different. People may not notice it, but I noticed it right away. Buttoned up, tight. It's fabulous.
Thank you very much.
You know, but now, what do you like about that character? She's a little tense. She got a little stick way up there somewhere.
I love the fact that Barbara Howard is completely dedicated to the children that she teaches. That school, with all of its challenges, means something to her. I always say somebody on social media connected my first movie role, Barbara Hanley, in A Piece of the Action, to Barbara Howard.
I went up for that role too, by the way. That's another story. But I'll tell you what Sydney said to me. I got that far with Sydney.
Well, there you go. So Barbara Howard, I think that Barbara Howard is a great teacher because she remembers what it was like when she was Barbara Hanley, when she didn't have a teacher that believed in her, somebody that was going to plant that seed of curiosity, of knowledge, to help her read and become, you know, all that she becomes being Barbara Howard.
But you influenced the other teachers on that show as well, because Tyler's another one of my babies. I work with him on Everybody Hates Chris.
And Tyler, his brother.
I don't know Janelle. I hope to meet her someday.
Brand new, wonderful comedian.
And what's her name? The other Walters. I don't know.
Lisa Ann Walter,
she's
Chris Perfetti.
Right,
yes.
Of course, right. And I've never met Quinta, so you know I can't keep saying how wonderful it is. But I saw it. I was like, she's playing a character. I was like, well, girl, go ahead. Well, you know, because my ego, which is another thing in this business you have to constantly fight with.
Yes.
You know.
Absolutely.
Constantly. And people don't know what that means.
Tamp down the ego.
Oh, God, as much as you can. But sometimes it creeps up on you. And and you don't mean to be nasty to people or anything. Like somebody brought me the wrong food.
Fear.
Right? And you go, I don't want this. And before you know it, you're being rude. So I have to tamper it. But sometimes that ego is necessary.
Yeah, I had a great role model in Virginia Capers.
Ooh!
And Aunt Virginia Capers stuck with me from the time I was 18 years old when we first met. She was doing Raisin on Broadway.
The original Raisin and
she won the Tony. And she really spent a great amount of time with me. And she said, be as kind as you can, for as long as you can, to as many people as you can, because the same ass, and she said it, you kick today, you may have to kiss tomorrow. And that has just been so good for me, because how many times has the young person that has brought me coffee turns out to be the producer in the next 5 to 10 years? Oh, I've seen that. Mara Brock Keel brought coffee to me at Moesha. I'm so happy I was nice to her because she's a big time producer now. Does what she wants to do. Well, many of them. But you're right. You got to tamp that ego down and really have somebody good to talk you off the cliff.
Well, I wasn't talked off the cliff. You know who used to bring me my scripts for 227 to my door and deliver them?
Who?
Kenya Barris.
Are you kidding me?
I wasn't nice to him. Girl. See, look at me now.
Oh, my God, Jackee.
I ain't lying. And he reminded me of it. He said, do you remember? And wait, ego, I don't remember. See, that's what you call, but I was the 80s. It was the 80s, baby.
Wow.
When they called your name for your Emmy, and I went, wow, this is bigger than I thought, because I wasn't thinking of age. See, you're thinking of now because we're in this space now, but I never even thought of it, because back then, that was 35 years ago. I wasn't socially conscious about it, to be honest with you. I just won an award. I didn't really know that it meant that much to me, because I was like you, a working actress. I just want to do my great work and keep on going and do better and better and better. But I knew it was important, don't get me wrong, but I didn't take it because I didn't get what you got. And that's my only thing is everybody wasn't happy for me. And that's my next question to you, the next element. Everybody's not going to be happy for you. You do know that, right? When you have, with great, what is it? To whom much is given, much is
expected.
And much is what?
Much is required.
Well, see?
Yeah.
See, I know you know that, meaning they expect you to do these wonderful things and you have to, and the challenge is great, is it not?
You know something? Honestly, Jackee, I have always felt that I had the mic, that I was up to the challenge.
All right now.
I was going to speak truth to power. What has changed for me now is they unmuted the mic. It's like
they released the Kraken, huh?
They released it. It's like, oh wait, you hear me now. You hear me. And it is amazing. You know, there are always going to be doubters and there are always going to be haters, but you have to receive them just as you receive the good and know that of course they're there, but that's for them.
And they're not going away.
They're not going away, but that's for them.
Yes.
That's in their insecurity. That's their way of approaching things. That's not mine.
And you and
it's a fear too, all of that, but it's not mine. So all I can do is hold on to my joy, which at this point in my life, it's a learned place. I live in that place. I live in happiness. I wake up every morning, I open my eyes and I take a breath. I'm like, whoa, I am here again. Okay, God has been good to me and I've got another day and I'm happy with the new day.
Well,
I'm happy.
And it's not, I don't take it for granted.
I do not take it for granted.
Oh, some days it's hard though, but as you celebrate and as you equivocate and as you expound upon your goals, you know, I used to be a teacher. It's another thing. I used to be a history teacher, just so people don't know. I'm not just mouthing off here, you know.
I was a substitute teacher for one day.
See, but one much is given, much is
required.
So we're required to teach.
That's right.
So
that'll never stop.
Never.
That will never stop. But I would say a great lesson is find your joy and hold on to it. Don't let anybody take it away.
I think Billy Porter said it on some interview. He said, joy can't be given and it can't be taken away once you have it.
Once you have it.
So you got it. Go ahead, girl. Don't start crying on me. I don't feel like crying. My makeup took too long. So let's get, and speaking of to whom much is given, much is required. How is it working with a strong Black woman on a show where she's in charge, like Quinta Brunson? I mean, how is that? I've never had that.
Let me tell you something.
I've had producers, but not a writer. A writer, she wrote that part for you.
She most certainly did. That is my work child. That is my boss. And she is a good one. She's at the top. She starts with kindness. She knows her show. She can tell you about these characters 10 years in. Everything she's getting now, these are just building blocks. She does not, she's not out there saying, okay, I'm going to get this award, that award. No, she's thinking about the kind of work that she is going to be able to create for the culture. She's got hundreds of stories in her, and she is so talented, and I love working with her, and we have a great working relationship. And she's so funny. She says, now, Sheryl, she used to call me Miss Ralph. She calls me Sheryl. She says, Sheryl, the algorithm is skewed, not towards joy, but towards sadness. And you can't fight that algorithm. And I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? But she's teaching me all about it. Because she knows.
Yes.
She started out at BuzzFeed. She knows.
Yeah, and she had another thing Dr. Maya Angelou taught me. She said it takes courage to be successful. And that's what I'm saying about you're not going to get all your flowers. So that's why I'm here to give them to you, because it takes courage to tell somebody that they're great and keep doing the work that you're doing. Everybody won't do that for you. Sounds very simple, doesn't it?
It does.
Very
But it's complicated.
Simple. It is. because there are so many few roles for women. Ageism, racism, it's just a hard-fought battle. And I'm going to tell you, I've never thought about that. Who are some of the women that have helped you on your way? Now, you mentioned your teachers, of course, but in the business, they've mostly not maybe been African-American, or have they?
Oh, it's been an amazing mixture. Like I said, Virginia Capers was with me from the time I was 18 years old. I met her when I was one of the top 10 college women in America by Glamour magazine, and I asked to meet her because she was at the top of her game. An amazing woman. There is an amazing woman in Jamaica named Beverly Manley who married the past Prime Minister, Michael Manley, and she was always a big girl to me. And, she took me by the hand and would take me with her shopping and to the museum, to all of those things, museums as they were, in Jamaica, and spending Saturdays
what about
with
actors,
her.
though? Is anybody in particular, can you remember? Because mine was, believe it or not, Diana Sands was my role model. That's who I wanted to be like. I wanted to win an Oscar and be like her. A lot of people don't know that name now. She died so early at 33.
That's right.
So and Nancy Wilson.
Nancy Wilson was amazing.
Diane Carroll and I were like this. Diane
Really?
Carroll taught me a lot. She taught me about pearls and diamonds. She sat me down in her bedroom and said, "This is what it looks like, darling." She said, because my then husband had bought me some pearls. I was like, something wrong with these pearls. She said, "Come in my room. I'll teach you about pearls."
She tell you about putting them on your teeth?
Oh,
so you always know.
And black pearls specifically.
Oh, I love those.
She had all. And
love those. Those black Baroque pearls. I just love them so
Does that make us
much.
shallow?
No. There's nothing wrong with knowing quality and understanding what the best looks like. Nancy Wilson was amazing to me. She was there at my wedding. She would just call me sometimes out of the blue. Amazing. Maya Angelou was wonderful to me. I remember before she got
She scared the hell out of me, though.
Really?
Oh, yeah. She's, Jackee, it takes courage to be successful. Jackee, always keep that ego in check. Jackee.
She speaks from experience, though. She speaks
but everything
from wisdom.
she was saying, I didn't get it. I got it years later. That's what I'm saying. That's why your era now, and we're the same generation, but I didn't receive it then. I can receive it now. That's why you're on your journey, and why we can't stop teaching. I was just with Robin Thade, who I love.
Love her.
Women, so we're teachers
Black Women
now.
Sketch Show.
So they're emulating us now, and I didn't like it at first. I didn't like people copying my stuff. I was like, oh, please, get your own. But if that's all you have, then take it, but then make it yours.
And it's such good stuff that you gave. Come on.
I know, but I'm over that. You take it, whatever. Go do whatever. I'm over that. You've evolved. We've evolved. We can't do. Ain't no way somebody's gonna get you to come in the room now and go. So what you mean? So you ain't doing that kind of acting. See,
no.
Never. Like do you look at your old stuff like Piece of the Action? You were fabulous, but you would never attack that part that way. Ever.
I'm not sure. Because Barbara Hanley, that was a raw, rough little girl. And when I took on that role, my father looked at me and he said, "I know you're an actress because I don't know who that child is."
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know who that is, Dreamgirls, when the ethereal, the cheerleader with the velvet hammer, and, she's just going to be there and all of that. That was, the voice, creating the voice to fit the character. Going back to what you said about me playing Barbara Howard, creating that older persona, that older woman. And, the way, like you said, the way she holds herself. People look at Barbara Howard and look at me and they're like, whoa.
Oh, no, I said, ooh, she looks so old. Oh, I said that already.
But it's like you've got to embrace it. At least for me, it's been a gift because it's been this character that gave me that Emmy and doing the acting to bring her alive. And I've been given the gift of being able to act because most of us don't get that gift. Betty Davis was given the gift to act. Meryl Streep was given the gift to act, to create characters, to bring them to life. And I'm so happy that I've been able to, embrace that.
Yes, because what did she say? It takes courage to be successful.
There you go.